Team news-wise, everyone okay fitness-wise after last night?
Yes, looks good. Players, of course, did recovery session, and also was positive aspect that Daichi Kamada do part of the normal training session, but we were just 5 players because we're having 1 or 2 playing with the under 21s tonight, and was good news, and also everybody looked quite good after yesterday's game.
Cool. So Kamada an option for Sunday, is he?
No, I don't think for Sunday, but for Thursday.
Okay. Were you able to enjoy last night as much as you maybe wanted to? I mean, kind of a funny evening because fans want to celebrate being in Europe but want to be in a different competition. You have the Eze situation. You win, but you probably wanted more goals. I mean, kind of stressful 24, 48 hours for you, I imagine.
Oh, 2 months, I would say. Not 48 hours, but yes, part of our job. So again, nobody forced me to be a manager, so I really like it, and it's also part of your job to deal with these circumstances, and it's not always that everything is running or is going how you plan it, and then you have to get the best or do the best, and this is what we try. So again, it's now looking forward to the upcoming games, Forest, Fredrikstad and Villa. Then we can have a breath. But now it makes no sense looking back. It's just okay, getting the players in the best shape to be competitive, and this is what we do.
It seems the deal, as we're talking right now, is pretty close to being completed for Eze. We saw that he was at the game last night. Has he got to a point where have you said goodbye to him, players said goodbye to him?
Yes.
Yeah. Too much noise and below the edge are 2 quotes that you used last night regarding the squad situation. I mean, I remember we spoke 2.5 weeks ago and you said about how there was a clear plan in place about 2 months ago for the transfer debt, and it hasn't worked out that way. Why do you think that is? What has gone wrong in that plan?
I don't want to talk about it again. I mentioned it, and I don't want to cause noise. I know that this happens, but I'm responsible for this group of players, and if we see that maybe a player needs to rest, we have to give him the opportunity to rest, because I will never play a player where we have a risk or a higher risk of an injury, and this is the responsibility I see and I have to take, and that's why I'm talking about to add players. And then the second thing is, my responsibility is to take care of Crystal Palace. I'm an employee of Crystal Palace. I'm responsible for the team, for the football performance, and for this. Of course, I'm worried about Crystal Palace if we are losing players and don't get the right ones in, and it's nothing to do with Oliver Glasner. It's just, I think this is my duty as manager, to tell the owners what we have to do to be competitive and to stay on our pathway. And this is what we did together months ago. So as you mentioned, the plan is pretty clear, but you can write on a sheet of paper whatever you want, so that's not important. So they always say, it's not important having 5 passes in their own box, it's important having the goals in the opposite box, and this is what we could have done better yesterday. We had plenty of chances. We didn't take them, because otherwise we had a better result. But on the other side, it's creating 5-6 clear chances against such a deep block is not so easy. So I think we really improved our final third game, and again a right step into the right direction. But again, it also makes no sense now talking every day in public about players and everything. So the plan is here, and now we have to execute the plan.
And you're optimistic that will...
I'm always optimistic, of course.
Yeah, of course. Look, I know it's boring answering these questions, but because there is noise. The noise comes from quotes often, and your boss, Steve Parish, last night, he said, again, can't guarantee that Mark Gay will still be here past the transfer window because of the contract situation. Is that do you find that helpful? in terms of having to answer these questions? Because we have to ask those.
You know, everybody's, I said, how is it called? The in Hyde Park?
Oh, Speaker's Corner.
Speaker's Corner, so everybody can say what he wants, so that's democracy, and so it's all good.
Channel 5 is the Speaker's Corner just for last night. And just on Nottingham Forest this weekend, I think there were reports that there could be extra security put in place because of what's happened over the summer. I know you're not going to talk about the process of UEFA again, but it's likely to be a bit more of a red-hot atmosphere, isn't it, I think, this weekend?
Yes, could be, but I mentioned it, I think, last week, where I was asked a similar question. So it's, you know, the verdict came from the UEFA and then from CAS, not from Nottingham. So yes, they took advantage of that we got demoted, but it's not that Nottingham demoted us. So we were demoted by UEFA and by then afterwards by CAS, who confirmed the first verdict of the UEFA, and again, and it's for us. It's now we are facing Nottingham on the pitch, yeah, and this is what we want to do. And yeah, we could see they had played a great season last year, finishing on the 7th position with Nuno doing a great job with his players. So also they kept everyone. Yeah, of course, that was quite noisy with Morgan Gibbs-White, but he stayed there. Then they added many players in the last week, I think, especially in the last week. So yeah, we're facing a very good squad. Looks they are very ambitious. Yeah, when you're 7th and adding then all these players, and this is what we have to face, and we will be competitive. I'm pretty sure. We play at home at Selhurst. We know we can count on this on the support of our fans, and I think that's important. And the fans focus on supporting the team because the team needs their support, and then this helps us most to getting a win, instead of, let's say, shouting against Nottingham. So my advice is support the team as you're always doing every single game at home and away. This is what we need. This is what the team needs, and then we have the best chance to get the win.
So,
Oliver, nice to see you. I know you said just before that it's been a stressful few months or so, but I just wondered what the mood of the squad was like, because on the pitch there has been so much to be positive about over the past 3, 4, 5 months. How is the mood of the squad overall?
Today, fatigue, but positive, you know, again, and we are, as long as I'm here as a manager, I don't accept having a bad mood when we have such maybe the best period in Crystal Palace history. So it's not acceptable to mourn about it, and that's why I always start with myself. That's why I said I don't want to talk about it anymore. You know, everything is clear, everything is communicated, and that's it. So I won't talk about any transfers until the window closes, or we confirm somebody leaving or somebody arriving, because I don't want to have this mood. Yeah, and of course, yeah, it affects you. But I don't accept this for myself, because this is a time to enjoy. This is a time players are doing so well. Players are really so committed to the way we are playing, to this group, and this is time to enjoy. Starting into the season, winning Community Shield, getting a draw at Chelsea, and starting with a win in the European competition. So it's just, you know, we should celebrate, but there's no time to celebrate at the moment. So we will go through this 3 more games we have now. 1, 2, 3, yes. And then and the best thing we can do is being in a good mood and staying positive. And that's why I said players are fatigued, but are positive and are laughing, and this is what we need.
And on a personal level, does that positivity, optimism, stoicism, if you like, does that come from experience? Is that because you yourself are so experienced now, you've been able to deal with so many different stresses at different clubs now, or is that something that's always been ingrained?
Well, I think it's a little bit of self-protection. You know, it's I want to have a good life, and it's not good life if you're always mourning and complaining about something. and because you always find something that's not maybe perfect, I know many people mourning about the weather. You can't change it, so accept it. I don't like if it's raining, but it's sunny, so it's a good weather. Enjoy it. And some are mourning about whatever. I don't know. Too much traffic in London. Okay, it is. Take the tube. It's easy. And this is how. It's just. I really think it's self-protection because I want to have a good life, and especially in these times, we all can have a good life. And I'm always telling the players, concentrate on the things you can influence, and this is what I also have to do. It's not telling somebody, so also being a role model and do it in the same way. I can influence the mood here at the training ground. I can influence the group. I can influence how we play football. I can influence the work in our staff, which is having a great staff supporting me and supporting the players. So it's all good.
This calendar year, your side have lost just 4 games. Does that come from tweaks on the tactical side, or is it up there mentally? Is it things that you've worked on? Because so much talk over the last year or so has been about belief, instilling belief into the players. But 2 trophies later, that belief is clearly there now.
Yes, unfortunately you don't have. I know you have a injection to lose weight, but there's no injection for belief, So we don't have it. Maybe in a few years, but not now. And belief has to grow over weeks and months. And of course you need to succeed in this period. We can tell the players whatever we want. If we lose every single game, they won't have a belief in what we are telling them and in what we are doing. I think it's just that what shows the development, and it's everything. I think it's tactical tweaks. It's players are fit. They are available. They see, hey, yes, I can play 3 games a week, no problem. They feel good. They know what to do on the pitch. They know how to deal with situations because they experience it. I think this is awesome. And now Epps went, but all the others, we are now together for 13, 14 months. So they know each other. They know exactly what to do on the pitch, in and out of possession. We always try to improve and progress. And then when you see, hey, the things are working for me individually, for us as a group, then you start to believe in it, and the more success you have, and the more the belief increases, and then also you have some setbacks. And I remember losing 5-2 and 5-0 within 3 days at City and at Newcastle. So then it's important how you deal with this situation, not to question everything we did. So no, just giving us a nice feedback. Failure is a very important feedback to find the right tweaks again. And I think this is how we work together. And this, what did you say? 4 losses in 25, or what it is? Just is then the result. So we're never thinking about it. We're always going into the game, want to play, stick to the plan, want to be together, and then we accept the result.
Before Crystal Palace, you juggled European football with domestic football with 3 other clubs. What have those experiences taught you about dealing with that now, this time around?
It helps a lot, because at the beginning when I started this journey as a coach, as a manager, I think I trained too much, and I forgot to give the players off, because for me it's not a problem being here every day, but the players need, and you need to be able to perform on a very good level. You also need time to rest, and that's as I mentioned, we gave the players off on Tuesday, so having in this rhythm is also important. Find the times where the players can rest, not just physically, mentally, to be ready for the new input. And now it's more here in the meeting room, the tactical input than on the pitch, and therefore you have to be ready mentally, and this helps me, the coaching experience, and it helps when you have children, because it's the same, you can't tell them you have to learn, let's say, a language 8 hours a day. It's just not possible. Then you see the the mind, the brain is full, then okay, open the door, let them run in the garden, having fun, enjoying. Let's exhaust them. Yeah, 1 hour later they are here, and then they can start again. And this is what we are trying to find, this rhythm about giving input to the players on and off the pitch, but also giving them time to recharge.
Just in terms of Nottingham Forest, on the pitch, what did you make of their performance against Brentford from last week?
Yeah, good performance, efficient, yeah, and honestly nothing new. I think they just played one new player, who is Dan Ndoye, on the right, so instead of Elanga. More or less, all other players played like last year, and now they brought in several new players, so I don't know, but if you win 3-1, I don't expect that they will change many players, and yeah, they're having a lot of pace, especially from the side with Ndoye, with Hudson-Odoi, but also with their fullbacks, Olaina and Neco Williams. Yeah, they have a very good midfield, yeah, with now Sangare, the more defending one, with Elliot Anderson, so this box-to-box player, and with Gibbs White, the creative 10. And yeah, two centre-backs playing together for a longer time now, for more than 1 year, with Murillo and Milinkovic, great keeper with Sels. So very good team and clear structure. How Nuno is playing, very compact, also always waiting for transitions, and very, very good in set plays. And on the other side, we could see last year, both games where they scored the first goal and they won. At home we scored the first goal, and I think we could have won, but after one set play we gave them the second shot and we were punished. So I expect a similar game, yeah, very, very intense, many duels, and maybe not so many chances because both teams are really defending well, and then it's about being efficient and taking the few chances we will get.
Just finally, I believe you've got a big birthday coming up over the next week or so, am I right in saying that?
Yes.
Have you had a chance to think about it? You're a busy man at the moment.
Yeah, it's in Norway. Yes, my daughter told me that you're not at home again. So it's it's not so big. Yeah, it's 51. So it's second halftime maybe of my life. But honestly, for me, it's my wife is always complaining when I say this. It's we celebrate birthday, but we always say I get older 1 year. I think it's just 1 day. So we're getting older every day. So and I had a nice quote. So really looking forward to getting old, because the alternative is dying young, and this is what we never want.
You know, I thought it was your 50th, so I've taken a year off you. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why I said.
That's why I look so young. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks everyone. Okay, that's the
it was
end of
last
the-
year.
Yes.